Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right, our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the Rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. That concludes Q&A for today's call.
Just your average techno-feudalist, narcissistic psychopath bragging about doing anything he wants, including killing people. That's the guy that reads your email, ladies and gentlemen. And his algorithm.
What is Palantir?
That's Alex Karp. That's the CEO of Palantir. That's the AI company that does all kinds of military contractor work. So they're the ones that spy on all the American people and also everybody else in the world. And they're the ones when Israel decides to drone bomb a house, they decide who's the probably a terrorist that lives there. That's the guy that spies on every single thing you do online. His company is the one that.
Oh, well, he's got really bad hair.
How to manipulate you. That's that company.
He needs some frizz control in his hair.
Yeah. That's Peter Thiel's tech bro.
Okay.
Anyway, how you guys doing? Good to see you, Patty. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, I guess. It's election season now, apparently.
Sure is.
Well, So if you guys are hoping for more to get done in Congress, forget that. That's over and done with. Although there were a couple of mildly interesting votes in Washington.
Hey, the Maha food pyramid.
Yeah, all right. I'll give Trump that one. That's a point. Yeah, better than the old food pyramid, which was
literally had milkshakes, ice creams, bagels, muffins, and 6 to 10 servings of pasta. Which isn't really inconceivable, but yeah.
Yep. So here was a recent vote in the Senate for the Doge cuts, and of course the Republican-controlled Senate mostly voted no. So. There you go. There was that.
Yeah, do you remember watching not the State of the Union, but whatever they call the first one, joint session?
Yeah.
And they were all cheering for all the cuts. And it was like almost a year ago now. It feels like.
No, now we're expanding the military budget by $500 billion in the next budget, according to Trump. So much for that balance the budget stuff.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of other places they could have found a balance at that for the military, but yeah.
Not anymore, they can't. What little they cut last time, they offset with increases in the military spending. It went from $800 billion to $1 trillion in 1 year.
Okay.
Now we'll go to 1.5, assuming this will pass, which maybe is not a sure thing.
Well, they just voted, 17 Republicans voted to extend Obamacare 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Do they not want to fix anything? Does it not even bother them whatsoever that they don't ever fix anything?
I don't know what in the world they think is going to happen in the next election, but I'm just glad I'm not having to run in it. I'll say that much.
I don't know. I
feel terrible. No, it's just an event for a candidate, a great candidate who I want to win. I want to help out every way I can, but I'm also.
Well, that's what I'm concerned about, right? How is it going to hurt us here in Michigan? How is it going to hurt us here in Michigan? That's my worry.
Yeah. So I was talking the other day with Shane. We were talking about Venezuela, the whole Venezuela situation. And there was a poll that said, well, about a third support and a third don't support and a third have no opinion about removing Maduro.
Mm-hmm.
But categorically, every political category said we're doing too much with Venezuela. So that was 5 days ago. Mm-hmm. Now Trump has met with the oil executives, and they were varying degrees of polite in telling him that they have absolutely no plans of doing anything in Venezuela whatsoever. The Exxon CEO, I think, called it uninvestable. The Halliburton CEO said they'd pulled out in 2019 because of, drumroll please, Trump sanctions on Venezuela. So that's when they got out of Venezuela. And as I said the other day, and it's still holding true, the Venezuelan government seems to be completely intact and totally defiant. So whatever comes next in that chapter, we'll just have to see, I suppose. So
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I pay attention really to foreign policy. I don't. I mean, I know what's going on, but it's just not, I don't know. It's just too much. It's every day it's something. I just can't.
Yeah.
We have enough of our own problems,
Yeah. And I guess that's the big thing. So the big story this week is obviously the ICE shooting and now these demonstrations all over the country.
Oh, yeah. There was one in downtown Plymouth today.
And the administration is talking about regime changing Iran. And let's worry about the Iranian protesters, not the American protesters, apparently.
Well, I think the Iranian, I mean, I don't know if we can believe all the videos. I mean, I do have some family that's Persian, so I was trying to get some information from them. And I mean, I think it's real, everything that's going on. So, I mean, hey, if they can topple that regime on their own, good for them. I mean, you see the videos of, the pre-1979 Iran and all the women and their, all educated doctors, engineers, everything, it's just, and now they're all.
Well, I will be
covered in the garb.
Well, I will be the last person to say that the Iranian regime is anything that I would defend. But I also believe absolutely nothing that the United States government tells me about what's going on there.
Yeah.
I did see, I mean, obviously everything that's happening, right? There's no question there is a full-on propaganda campaign to gin up support for overthrowing the regime in Iran. They tried that in last summer. It didn't work. They're trying it again now, but
yeah. But I mean, my point, I mean, if there's all these uprisings, if they're all true, I think they're going to overthrow their own government. They don't need us.
I don't think they are, to be frank.
I don't think so.
No, I really don't. I did see, and there's been a lot of videos that have been going around the internet that have been fake in one way or another, including apparently the image of the woman who is now emblematic of overthrowing the regime because she's using her cigarette to light a picture of the Ayatollah on fire, and she's actually in Canada. Jesus. Yeah.
So that's the other thing, you look at stuff and you're like, all right, do I believe this?
I mean, the issue is how much of our money are we going to spend overthrowing the regime in Iran? Like that's the big question. And I think the answer is a ton because, all this missile production we're making for Israel, that's all going to be going right over to them. I did see this one video, which seems authentic from today in Tehran. And I say that because it's actually got like subtitles that reference today's events. A lot of videos I've seen were like, oh, this is from 5 years ago. This is from 6 years ago. But I did see this one. So I'll play this for a minute. But here, well, let's just watch.
من معترضم ولی بخواد پای این لجنزارا و صهیونیست و سکتوله‌هاش جا باز بشه نه ما هرچی هم با هم دیگه مشکل داشته باشیم ولی این که بخواید اینجا قد علم کنید نه ما هستیم جونمون رو پایین کشور میذاریم
کشوری به ایران من نمیتونه دست بزنه
یا فریب خوردن یا کلا از جاهای دیگه اومدن ما مردم تهرانیم و باششون وایسادیم
کسی که از این خاک از این مرزبون باشه آرامش مردمش رو به هم نمیزنه
So anyway, again, I don't know.
Do we know those subtitles are actually correct?
It would be embarrassing if they weren't, but I wouldn't think people would do that because surely some people do speak Farsi and would know immediately if they were fake. But but I would also say, like, yeah, that's kind of a common thing is even if you don't like your government, surely they understand that the United States and Israel want to destroy their government. And most people don't like the idea of a foreign country overthrowing their own government. Like, you would think they would have that rally around the flag effect. Like, and Iran obviously clearly has very bad economic problems. I'm sure there's lots of reasons why people would want to rebel against the government. But who wouldn't think, gee, I wonder if Israel has anything to do with these protests happening right now. I wonder if the U.S. State Department has anything to do with these. Like, who wouldn't think that? I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't think that. I'm just hoping that they're really doing it because I want to see those women uncovered.
They actually, a lot of women in Iran don't recover themselves at all. But anyway, we'll see. I just don't want our tax dollars going to another war because, I said a few months ago, like if there's going to be a war with Iran, it was going to probably be before the new year because they want to get it over with before the election season starts. But that's off the table now. Benjamin Netanyahu came to visit Trump for the New Year's and they had their neocon Viagra or whatever. Now Trump's, we're going to invade Greenland, we're going to invade Venezuela, and we're going to invade Iran, and it'll be great. It'll be great. So we'll see. But I don't think any of this is going well at all. I did see a video. This one I'm pretty sure is authentic because they actually do speak English. These were some people in Greenland who were asked about what was going on. Here's what they had to say.
Him because he spoiled my
Hold on, it acts up when I have more than one video at the same time.
About him because he spoiled my sleep, or they do. Yeah, I don't sleep very well because I'm afraid they have no respect for us, for my country, and for our country. So
what I think is he wants the Greenlandic minerals to pay off the national debt of United States. That's what I think.
Do you think people are really scared in Greenland?
Yeah, I've seen quite few who were concerned.
I dreamt about him last night. Yeah, nightmare. That he was coming with the ship. It was awful, that dream. So I'm scared.
What the reasons behind it, we don't get it really. It's so peaceful and calm here, and he says that Denmark is not protecting Greenland from Rod, and there's been a collaboration with the USA for many years. So it's not all of the sudden, but it's really aggressive now, and it's getting kind of annoying.
So yeah,
that reminds me of all the crazy people I talked to at the Plymouth Library today.
Well, I don't want to ruin that story because I do want to get to that.
Well, we'll get to it, but I'm just saying.
Well, but why wouldn't they think that? Trump's been saying all week, we're going to take Greenland. He said, just like a gangster, he says, we'll do this the easy way or the hard way. That's what he said.
Okay, so they're going to all take it literally and just like be, I mean, come on. That's why I had this one friend who was like, J.D. Vance said he's going to knock on every single door in Minneapolis and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like it's just, it's insane. You can't listen to those people, Adam. They all have Trump-Draingen syndrome. Like
these aren't American. These are Greenland people.
I know who they are. That doesn't mean they don't have TDS.
Why do you think they wouldn't be worried about Trump taking their country when Trump has been talking all month long about taking their country? Trump is literally going out and saying, I don't care about international law. Just today, he says, maybe it was yesterday, he says, the only thing that holds me back is my conscience, which means nothing. No law applies to me. Trump just flat out says this now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, I do want to, I mean, I do sympathize with what you had let's talk about what happened with you at the library. What happened at the library?
Well, the local library had a local club and activities expo. So I had a table there with the club. And so, whatever, I had some flyers out and stuff and, a sign. And this guy walks by, like older guy, I don't know, I can't really guess, probably a boomer, and like walking with a cane, no less, right? Okay. Walks by, walks back. He goes, I have a question. How does the Plymouth Republicans Club feel about this fascist regime we have going on right now? And like I'm literally sitting there minding my own business by myself. I had like no backup. I was just sitting there. And I said, do you really think this is appropriate to come up to me like this at a nice community event and like start this, whatever? yeah, what do you think about, and I said, you're really going to talk like this here? And
Good
he's
thing he
like,
wasn't behind the wheel of an SUV.
oh, well, there was a lady there. I got that story too.
Yeah.
So then anyway, so then I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to report you to the library. I said, this is not appropriate. I didn't come here to be harassed. And, we're all just here with representing our clubs. So then he's like, whoa. And then I stood up and I started walking. I said, are you going to walk away or am I going to report you? And then some lady came up and she kind of shoot him away. But then I heard her like look back and say something crazy. So I don't know if she said he's crazy, which he was obviously, or you're crazy anyway. But regardless, I reported him because the library lady just kind of happened to be doing her rounds. And I said, hey, she goes, how's it going? I said, oh, I just got harassed, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And so she goes, and I said, and by that time they had walked around and I pointed him out. So then, all right, then this old like hippie guy, ponytail, white hair, like just gross, genealogy club or something, I don't know, walks by. You're very misguided. Okay, tough guy. I said, thank you. And I smiled at him.
Yeah.
And then he like turns, and then he starts like walking back. He goes, you should have a sign in front of here that, says you apologize. And I said, you're the second person to harass me today. Would you like me to report you as well? And he I said, you better walk away. So he left. Then this other crazy lady who I know from Plymouth Township, she tried to run me over in the Plymouth Township Hall parking lot one time, me and Dwayne and some other people. We were standing outside. Oh, so yes, with a car, vehicular.
I certainly believe it.
Yeah, she's crazy. And then just a couple other people. Then Matt came, thankfully. Matt's like, hey, do you need backup? I'm like, please, yes. So then like nobody came up, but you could see them like they twitch, like they just want to say something. They're so insane. And this like 300-pound slob walked by and she's like, oh, Plymouth, I'm definitely not a Republican. And in my mind, I'm like, no shit. And then this other mom and her son, cloth masks, just that little like skittish, like, whatever. And like, oh, we're not interested in that. I'm like, oh my God, like you can't just walk by and say nothing. You just have to run your mouth at a library event. Just ridiculous. Then, the Indivisible people were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they had them in like one of the rooms in the corner. And apparently,
you guys were both having meetings at the library the same day, huh?
No, there was like 25, 30 tables set up. It was all throughout the library.
Oh, wow.
So the Plymouth Dems were there. There was this other group called Homes for All. Homes for All. What does that mean? They want to change the zoning in Plymouth and the township to, quads or, whatever. Like, okay, so why do you live in Plymouth then? Or maybe they don't actually. I don't know where they're from or if they're just outsiders trying to destroy the community. But like, what is your problem? Go live somewhere else. If you like quads, if you like living on top of somebody else like that, go live where it's like that.
Yeah.
But it's all, again, like most leftist policies based on jealousy. They don't want to see other people have nice things. And they want to destroy it. They want to destroy everything good.
Yeah. I will say, because this reminds me, because I visited my dad for Christmas, and his girlfriend's one of them. And man, like I don't like Trump right now, but after a few days with her, I'm like ready to vote for him again, just to annoy people. But of course, that's the big story this week, though, was this ICE involved shooting with this woman. And for the record, as far as I can tell, this is 100% justified shoot, because a lot of people don't realize a car is a deadly weapon. And when you are right in front of somebody behind the wheel of a car, disobeying police orders in a fight that you yourself started, then you've kind of checked off all the boxes that qualify for self-defense. But having said that, I think this is not going to go well for the Trump administration. I don't think they're handling it well to begin with. I'm not surprised they couldn't handle it properly.
Well, like they were even saying before, like, I don't know if you listened to the Jesse Kelly show, but he was saying for a long time, like, if Trump wins and they start this stuff, these mass deportations, whatever, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
And he basically said, buckle up. So we have to stay strong and like do what's right. And what's right is these people got to go. Like where was the outrage when they were letting in 20 million people for 4 years?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. But see,
I mean, we're not going to find them all, but my God, like.
But the Trump administration has to be smart. And there's two problems they have. One is when, for example, Kristi Noem says the dead woman's a domestic terrorist. Like it doesn't look good to the people who are the impartial, neutral observers of the situation. They're going to look at that and say, this goes like a politically motivated killing. The other thing too is, and here again, this is where Trump's foreign policy keeps killing him, because if this was the issue by itself and Trump was focusing on protecting the borders and removing the illegal aliens, that'd be one thing. But when Trump is going out on television saying, I am the law doesn't apply to me, it's the law of the jungle out there, we can take whatever country we want, that also goes to making the whole situation look bad.
Yeah.
And I think it's all gonna haunt Trump, I think, in the Republicans.
It's just so crazy. It's like he gets elected and then he does a 180 to do anything he can to hurt our chances in the midterm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think well,
I mean, I'm obviously so glad he won, but I mean, come on, dude.
Well, I remember I said from the get-go, like the one mistake Trump cannot make is getting sucked into Ukraine. And what has come out this past week, because Trump keeps talking about this, is the Venezuela thing was all about Ukraine. The Greenland thing, it's all about Ukraine. It's all about, because Trump keeps saying, we got to stop Russia. He said today, we can't allow Russia and China to be our neighbors, which is weird because Russia is right next to Alaska there. But
yeah, we can see it from.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying is we need to annex the country of Greenland to confront China and Russia. The Venezuelan thing, he keeps saying it's all about the oil. We can't let the Russians or the Chinese take the oil, which is weird because Russia's an exporter, but never mind. We don't want China to get that Venezuelan oil. So he's kind of coming out and saying this is all geopolitical empire stuff. And
I don't think he's that smart, frankly. I just think he runs his mouth.
That could be a part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened with Russia this week? Well, there's a couple of things. One was that we detained this quote unquote Russian vessel that according to Trump was full of oil. Turns out no, it wasn't. It was empty. But apparently the military had been chasing this rust bucket through the Atlantic Ocean for the past week and a half. They finally seized the empty tanker. The crew consisted of 20 Ukrainians, 6 Georgians, and I think 2 Russians, who immediately the administration let go, despite the administration saying they would prosecute the people who were on board the ship. So that happened. And then the other thing that happened was Russia, for the second time, used their new super weapon, the Oreshnik, which those who don't know about this weapon, the Oreshnik, they used it for the first time back in November 2024. The Oreshnik is a weapon that is nuclear capable, but often isn't actually armed with nuclear weapons, but it hits multiple targets. It like splits into 36 fragments and hits them at hypersonic speed, which if that sounds not unusual, it is. Because most weapons we call hypersonic, they don't actually hit at hypersonic velocities. They're hypersonic when they're like up in space and when they slow down because of the atmosphere. The Oreshnik hits at Mach 10, which is so fast that it causes instantaneous surface of the sun level temperatures. They don't put explosives in it because they don't need to. The kinetic energy of the hit is so hard that it just destroys everything in its path. So a year ago they hit this factory, and then the other day, Sunday night, they hit this huge gas reserve field in western Ukraine, which they said was in response to the attempted assassination of President Putin that the CIA was behind that Ukraine committed, but the CIA obviously was giving them coordinates and stuff a couple of weeks ago. So that was their reaction was, hey, just so you guys haven't forgotten, we have this hypersonic super weapon that will annihilate anything in its range and cannot possibly be stopped because it can't be intercepted by anything. So Trump seems to be like just desperate for some kind of leverage over Russia, and nothing is working. So we'll see. Next week he'll be in Davos meeting with the globalists and signing some kind of peace guarantee deal with Ukraine. We'll see how that goes.
He's going to be in Detroit too on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, the Detroit Economic Club.
Yep.
Yeah, we have an event on Tuesday. I hope people don't go to Trump's event instead of ours, but oh well.
They probably will. Well, no, I mean, it's that meeting. I don't know if it's at night, actually.
Is it open to the public?
You got to buy a ticket.
Oh.
It's not a rally. There's no rally. It's just, yeah.
It's the Detroit Economic Club, I thought.
Yeah. Is it at 3 or like noon? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe he'll tell them that he will order all the people in Venezuela and Greenland to buy American cars. That'll solve economic problems. But overall, I mean, it's just every single week after week after week. And guys, I'm not doing this. Trump is doing this. Iran, Venezuela, Ukraine. It just doesn't stop. And it's going to get, I mean, it's already gotten, I think, really, really stale.
Yeah.
And now with Venezuela, they're like, okay, we've taken Maduro. Now what? Oh, we didn't think that far ahead, because apparently it's not going great.
Thanks, Ron. Tickets open to members of the Economic Club and their guests.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I wasn't planning on going anyway, but
nope, I have a job. I can't go.
Yeah, some of us have to work.
Yeah.
So what else has been happening this week?
RX Kids.
What's RX Kids?
RX Kids was announced last week. Mayor Mary Sheffield is going to open up RX Kids, the city of Detroit. It was one of my attachments that I sent you in my email.
Okay, hold on, let me open it up.
I have it was the second email.
Hold on, let me pull it up. I'll find it.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't do my homework.
That's okay.
So tell us about it. What is RX Kids
exactly?
exactly?
RX Kids is a program, privately and publicly funded combination, for free cash handouts to pregnant women.
Oh, great.
So it's been going on a couple years. I only became aware of it last fall when our Wayne County Commission voted to expand it into Wayne County. So and then now they're saying it's going to come to Detroit. So it is $1,500. There it is. $1,500 to the expectant mother. It's no strings attached money. Yep. So basically it's UBI for pregnant women. So there is some private funding. They're shaking down like Huntington Bank and different things to donate. It's founded by the lady, Dr. Mona something from Michigan State. She was the one that found the Flint water crisis.
Okay.
Anyway, so she finds this thing, RX Kids. You go to the website, you can translate the website into 10 different languages.
Cool.
Yeah, no strings attached, cash aid, no proof of citizenship. You can see there in my list, no green card, whatever. You don't have to prove that you need the money. So there's some communities that I think are, yes. So sorry, $1,500 for the expectant mothers, $500 a month per child for 6 months. Now, the $1,500, you see that last bullet point, they get that money up front, right?
Oh, wow.
There is nothing preventing her from using that money for an abortion because you don't have to say what you're using the money for.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and you don't have to show what it was, and then you don't have to show that you need it. I mean, even if you need it, I still think whatever, this isn't government stuff. But what bothers me is this $250 million. Well, all of it bothers me, but $250 million in the state budget that Republicans put in, because apparently Whitmer really wanted it. Was one of her like things that she absolutely wanted. That one and free lunches for rich kids. So anyway, so it is in $250 million to expand it throughout the state. And the map you see above is where it is now. So like in, Dearborn's a really big city and there's a lot of wealthy people in Dearborn. All you have to do is be pregnant and have an address in one of those cities and you can get this money.
Wow. It's almost like they're just buying votes, huh?
Well, and then the other thing is, if you know, like when they did the clawbacks and all the Dems, lockstep, their language was they're taking money away from moms and kids or whatever. It was this.
Yeah.
It was this. Yeah.
It's
So
amazing.
it's amazing. But I mean, again, Republicans, why is this in our budget?
You mean the Republicans aren't holding firm with it? Yeah, right.
So I don't know what compromise they made, but hopefully they can get it out this year. I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyway, so that's a big one coming soon, maybe to a city near you.
Well, I just heard about this story with Sheetz. Sheetz is trying to come to Michigan, which for those who don't know, like I drive through Pennsylvania for Christmas every year. Sheetz is this gas station chain, but they're like really nice. Like they have really nice food at all their locations. And apparently they've been trying to come to Michigan for years and years and years. And there's been some kind of like crazy pushback against it from local governments. So here is the, let me pull it up here.
Mackinac Center had a.
Yeah, they had a story about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull it up here. There's a little video here. You can watch this.
Have looked like reality TV, yelling, bitching, finger pointing, the works, all over a sheet. Because apparently nothing strikes fear into the suburban hearts like affordable coffee and clean shitters. They said they wanted to preserve the neighborhood's character. Well, mission accomplished, motherfuckers. This pharmacy's been preserving for years. You'd think they were building a nuclear power plant. It's a freaking gas station, not Chernobyl. Every time someone says traffic concerns, a boomer loses his patience. The council first said no, then yes, then no again, then realized lawsuits are expensive. Turns out the only thing more powerful than civic outrage is a corporate legal department. Livonia City Council meetings need popcorn and a referee. So we drove 10 minutes to see what all the chaos was about. Brace yourselves, folks. It's a freaking clean gas station with lights that work and sandwiches. They even have outdoor seating. All this because Sheetz wanted to sell big-ass turkey subs. No fiery apocalypse. No traffic Armageddon, just people filling up their gas tanks and their snack drawers. Holy shit, dude, fresh pastries. Rite Aid don't sell that. The big plot twist, after years of arguing, now Livonia gets their Sheetz and everyone else can calm down. If outrage was renewable energy, Livonia could power the whole Midwest. Congratulations, Livonia, you just survived the great gas station war. Now who's ready to protest the next thing?
Yeah, I can't wait to have Sheetz in Michigan. They're fantastic. I used to like Speedway, and then 7-Eleven bought them. They turned into absolute garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a franchise person. I'm not a big box store person. To me, these everyone, I can't wait. Like I see in my hometown, they're like, what kind of businesses would you guys like to see? Like, and every list is like some stupid chain food restaurant. Like you can go to any city anywhere and get that same thing. It ruins local character and charm of communities. It puts small business out of business.
We're talking gas stations here. Like,
what do we need? A nationwide corporate gas station to swoop in and put everybody else out of business?
As opposed to what, BP? Are they not nationwide corporate gas stations?
But I don't know what their franchise thing is, but I mean, I don't know. It's so generic. It's like Buc-ee's. It's like, how much have we degraded as a society that we get excited for these kinds of things? I don't know.
I don't know why we're stopping them from coming. That's the thing that.
I don't know what's going on in Livonia. I know it was back and forth, but I don't know what it ended up being the final result for Livonia. But they got their own problems. They tried to, not really. I mean, they lost. They tried to put in a fake downtown and it went down in flames. So
yeah, Livonia's turning into a mess. Oh well, so be it. So goes the rest of the world too, it seems. But I don't know. What else is going on this week?
We have some stuff going on, and there is an event tomorrow in Northville at the high school, an information session about the dump that wants the landfill that's going to get expand, or they want to expand in Salem, which is your county, sir.
Wait, is this the one on the 13th it is?
Tomorrow.
Plymouth? Okay, you got some other flyer here too.
That's the one that's Arbor Springs. It's with the dump, the garbage dump. So there's currently one, like, I think South 6.
What's this? Hold on. Let me pull this up. What's this event? Is there something else?
Oh, that's the city of Plymouth. So they just recently had a city commission election. So they are having a special meeting just to, have community conversation, come here, talk to the new commissioners. What do you want to see in the city? That kind of stuff. So that's Tuesday. And then the dump affects Plymouth Township too, I guess, depending which way the wind is blowing, but mostly Northville. So they want to build a second dump north of 6 Mile. So this is just across Napier in Washtenaw County and Salem Township. And so they already have one dump that's just keeps growing and growing and growing. And now they want to build a second one. So that meeting is tomorrow at 6:30 at the high school in Northville.
I mean, trash has to go somewhere, doesn't it?
Well, why does it have to go there? I don't know. That's not being a very good neighbor. You put it like right on the edge so the other people have to smell it.
I don't know. There's a dump in Ann Arbor and nobody even knows it's there because it doesn't smell like anything.
Now, I don't know. I don't smell it way over where I live, but people that live over there, it stinks.
All right. Well, I have an event coming up and we're looking forward to it because one of the small number of things that I've been happy to see Trump doing has been to defend girls' sports. And we have an event coming up with, let me pull up on the screen here. This is coming up this Tuesday in Chelsea, Michigan. We have Tom McMillan, member of the State Board of Education, coming. He is unfortunately a 2 to 6 minority member, but he did win his second term a couple of years ago. And Matt Wilk, of course, Matt, friend of the show, Northville GOP. He's coming also, and Rachel Warner. So a lot of talk about what we can do to defend Title IX and girls' sports. And that's coming up this Tuesday. And that is at 6:30 in Chelsea. You can go to WashtenaugGOPclub.com and just RSVP. It's free. And it's a restaurant, so there'll be food and drinks there too. So it should be fantastic. It's not going to be filmed. And so we're going to probably get a lot of awesome inside stories about what goes on at the State Board of Education, which I'm sure is an absolute nightmare. So,
yeah, I commend them. I watched the one meeting where everybody was going giving testimony, and just Tom and Nikki and what they have to deal with.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a couple good people to run for State Board of Ed.
Yeah. Jennifer says, expanded landfill. Wonder if there's any legislation, any relation to Michigan being #1 in trash in Canada and outside states. Hulking these trash into Michigan. Pure Michigan is #1 of all states in the amount of trash. Well, I don't know. I think, there's landfills these days are not as dirty as people think they are. Like, they actually do a pretty good job of keeping them clean. Jennifer says Whitmer's budget included over 500% increase in the cost of trash per pound. Don't know if it passed in the legislature's budget. Yeah, lots of fee increases have been introduced. We'll see.
I don't think they didn't pass those tipping fees because we had a town hall last year sometime, and Colazar was there, and Jason Morgan, and all those guys, and like the local supervisors, Township, Northville, and Plymouth, and they, people were saying, look, what can you do? And we're going to go back and we'll look at tipping fees and we'll write some legislation or whatever. But right, in 2024, the House was in session how many days? 2? And then they came back and lame duck and passed all the crap, right?
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. Nothing happened in Lansing this past week, by the way. They were still on vacation.
Okay, that's good news. Well, they're suing though. I think Matt Hall, I saw that he is suing everyone after Nestle's opinion that the clawback was unconstitutional. So we'll see where that goes.
What was the Club Act again?
The clawback of the special work project. So the
the clawback. Okay, I thought I said Club Act. You got a clawback.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Club Act.
Yeah. Must be something.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. That shouldn't stop them from doing legislative business, though. Not really. But
yeah, I guess.
Right on.
Yeah. So I don't. What else is going on? That's about it. We have
We're just waiting for the war with Iran to start, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, it's nothing good, unfortunately. But I don't know. We did a lot of talking with Shane about this on our show last Tuesday, and one thing that one thing that I was thinking, I saw this guy was posting the other day. This guy Mark Sloboda, who's a military, he's former American, now he lives in Russia, but he was saying, I don't know why anybody would have ever thought that Trump would have been any good. And I think the answer to that is we hoped he would be good because he could have been. We all knew Kamala Harris and the Democrats would have been an absolute certain disaster for the country.
Right.
But Trump, the attitude was, it could be different this time. He'll be wiser this time. He survived the assassination, so surely he will be focused on dealing with his domestic enemies. But it just hasn't happened. It's just like he's listening to the wrong people and he's doing the same. I mean, it's literally like neocons on steroids. It's all the thing I was listening to. Remember this video? I've got this video somewhere here of remember when Pete Hegseth was first nominated and he gave this kind of weird interview that was totally staged. Let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. Hold on. Let me pull it up. It was this interview.
Recovering neocon for I've been a recovering neocon for 6 years now. Like the foolishness with which we ricocheted around the world, intervening, think it was in our best interest when really we just overturned the table and created something worse.
Anyway, this was
every single city.
This was Pete Hegseth's ad copy for when he was please confirm me, guys. Please confirm me, U.S. Senate. Please pick me, President Trump. He made this quote unquote interview. We're talking about being a recovering neocon, which, in hindsight, you got to remember, people in recovery often relapse. they often fail. That's why you shouldn't have picked him in the first place. Although I think at the time I did say this was.
I never saw that, about that video. That's funny.
Oh yeah. It's hysterical. He makes a point of showing off his "We the People" tattoo is on here someplace. You can kind of see it. You see how he had his shirt.
Oh, it's like
peeled back. So you can see. Look, I got the Constitution written on my sleeve, literally. All this BS. Yeah, I think we are.
I don't know. I think we scored him pretty high. What score did we give him?
I thought I gave him a D.
Oh, you did?
I think so.
At the beginning? Okay.
I think so. I'll have to go back and play the clip.
I don't remember.
I don't have it handy, but we can go back and look. I think I gave him a D because we're like, he's not qualified to be defense secretary. So why
who has been? I think. Obviously, I'm not completely paying attention, but is Tulsi Gabbard even talking about anything anymore?
Tulsi has been a ghost ever since. Well, because she used to say all the time, "Don't invade Venezuela. Don't do a regime change in Venezuela. That'll be a very, very bad idea." So then the news came out this week. I saw some articles saying basically she's been just completely frozen out of any discussions with Trump. So God knows what she's doing. I don't think anybody will ever take her seriously ever again, unless she's building a dossier to release at some future date. But I don't think so.
I mean, if they're freezing her out, it's not her fault. But
yeah. No, if you saw, I don't have it pulled up, but there's a photo.
I thought I heard somebody say now DNI means do not include.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a photo of the Situation Room when we were going into Venezuela, and it was Trump, it was Hegseth, and it was Rubio. No JD Vance, no Tulsi. They are not in the picture at all. So JD Vance, he's saying good things he's pushing back on the whole left narrative about the ICE shooting.
Yeah.
But again, I think this is if Trump was focused on enforcing the law and going through the details of all this stuff, it would be okay, and he should be doing this. But in the context of all the things he's saying, going around the world saying we'll do whatever we damn well please and fuck the law, it's not going to play well at all, because you can't do both at once, and I think it's going to work well. Philip Barham says the first budget I worked on during the time of Miliken, the whole budget was $3 billion. Now we're at $83 billion. Yeah, I left like what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago almost, and it was only in the 50s then. K-12 budget is 22 billion. Our standing is 44 out of 50 states. Reading, writing, arithmetic. Everett, Michigan. I don't know what that means. Needs to come was Agenda 2030. Used to be called Agenda 21. What is sustainable development? Yeah. Okay, we get the idea. Yeah.
Well, okay, but so from 2018 to 2022, even though it was Whitmer, didn't we control both houses, or the House and the Senate?
Yes, for the first whole term.
And the first half of the second term. No,
No.
22. No, sorry, the whole first term. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And then 22 they got. So that was 4 years. Did it increase those 4 years?
Well, back then the excuse was COVID, which now they have all these bills to forgive all of the enormous amounts of unemployment fraud that came out from COVID. So, figure that out.
Yeah, they're just, man. People have too much fun with other people's money.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing that happened this week is that Dan Bongino has left the FBI to return to.
Oh, he is getting slammed.
Yeah. I don't know why he left. He'd been doing so many. He had so many accomplishments in his first year. We will. What would the FBI do without him there?
Yeah. Now he thinks he can come back and be like the same guy. I'm like, dude, you were outside saying you're going to be a tough guy, do all this stuff.
I wonder if they actually thought like they would send him out of the FBI to go back into MAGA infosphere and try to regulate or lay down the law or something, because it has not worked very well at all.
No, yeah, people are really calling him out. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one that got called out. I meant to play this clip. Let's show this. Here was Lindsey Graham at a Trump rally a couple of days ago. This is hilarious. Maybe this was today.
Please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
Oh.
Thank you. Welcome to Pickens. Thank y'all for coming.
Anyway, we don't need to play the whole clip, although Paul Dans, who's running against him, said it was 6 solid minutes of that. So,
that's amazing. So this was just 2 days ago or yesterday?
This was, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
It was posted yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't know if the rally was Trump in South Carolina yesterday.
I don't know. Trump. I mean, see, no, this is old. Sorry, this is from last year. Never mind.
It's still funny though.
Yeah, that's still funny.
Because that's the weirdest one. I mean, you go back to January 6th, right? Everyone, we were just celebrating the 5-year anniversary. Oh, the ratios on those posts were hilarious. So all the Dems were posting about 5 years ago, and then you go and you look at the reactions on Facebook, and it was like all haha reactions.
Yeah.
Like every post, yeah.
Wild. Anyway, it has been another week, so let's hope we see some kind. Well, who's kidding? Who's kidding whom? What are we going to see next week? Any kind of change in behavior? No, probably see outbreak of war in Iran. I think.
Well, where did I see that Trump was like he didn't understand why everyone was saying all these things? Like, I think maybe they're really isolating him again.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, the fact that Trump has been off of Twitter or X and now is on his own network that is inhabited exclusively by his most hardcore supporters is not good for him. And yeah, there's definitely.
I mean, he's had that for a while though. And I mean, he was doing all right. He was doing better. I mean, I hate to say it, but it seems like right after Charlie, I mean, everything fell apart when Charlie was assassinated.
Yeah, that's true too. Absolutely.
He might have been doing stuff behind the scenes. Maybe we don't even know how much he was keeping things together, you know?
Yeah. I wonder, Tucker was seen at that meeting he had
he was there
with the oil executives. I wonder if he said anything to him.
Well, that's the thing. So like there was a group chat, Tucker, JD Vance, and Don Jr. Am I missing anyone? I don't know, but those three were like, there might have been a fourth one. I don't know. Remember when I think Don Jr. was on Megyn Kelly like last year sometime, and they were talking about like they had this group chat. So they were kind of, so yeah, I don't know what's going on. If he's not getting that kind of advice anymore, and that's why he's lost touch with the base.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of people that are just in the base that are just like, no, this is great. I'm like, but this isn't what he was going to do. It's still America first, is it? I don't know. And then they rationalize,
I find that Trump seems to have almost no time at all for America. I mean, the talk of we're going to run Venezuela. We're going to run Venezuela. It's just so shocking that he would say anything like that. Unless you can find, I want to find that. I mentioned this earlier. This plan that Kushner had for Gaza. It was just the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for this because I don't want to deal with too much dead air. But the photo was like of Gaza where every single building was a skyscraper with lush greenery all between every building and looking gorgeous, which was so ridiculous because Gaza, like, first off, is buried under 150 million tons of rubble. But once they get that out of the way, then they will rebuild Gaza into this incredible paradise. No, I can't find it. Oh, well. If I do, I'll post it.
He posted it himself?
It was, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Kushner plan for Gaza. Let me see if I can find the images of it. They're freaking hilarious.
I'm just wondering if it's satire.
It is not. Okay, here it is. Yeah, okay, I found it. Project Sunrise, it's called. Sensitive but unclassified. Yeah, this was the image. So this is what the new Gaza will look like. Apparently, after they remove the 150 million tons of rubble, they will turn Gaza into this. There's other images here. Here is the new Gaza Strip. No plans to make Detroit look like this, of course. This is what he will do for the Israelis, who will have, by that point, of course, having expelled and murdered the Palestinians that currently live there. So, yay, America first, right? It's amazing. Yeah, Project Sunrise, it's called.
All right.
Jared Kushner.
I didn't see that one, but that was in the Wall Street Journal?
Yeah, it's pretty well documented, yeah. Yep. Turn Gaza into a high-tech metropolis. Yeah, this came out just a couple weeks ago. Beachside luxury resorts, high-speed rail, AI-optimized smart grid.
Oh my God!
And there's the photo. Look, they have trees growing in the top of the skyscrapers. So.
Oh, like Dearborn Truck Plant.
Yeah. It's amazing they have the money for this. Wonder where it comes from.
Not me.
Well, why do we pay taxes when they can just print money?
Like, just make it all be pretend.
I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys. I feel like we're starting to ramble here, and and frankly, it's been a week. So good to see you, Patty. Any other events you have to promote? We did that already, didn't we?
No, tomorrow that guy, and I don't know him. It's not part of my thing, but there's that event in Washington for that state Senate guy.
Oh yeah. I might go to that just to say hello. Although I don't think it's a seat that's all that winnable, unfortunately. But he's
always, at least he's trying, I guess. And then
always good to have candidates.
Yeah. So like I said, tomorrow is the dump thing. Tuesday is City Commission and Plymouth Township Board, just kind of a regular meeting, nothing. And tomorrow going to a nice tasting collection dinner at She-Wolf. That's unrelated.
Well, Tuesday we're having our event with Tom McMillan. Come out, WashingtonGOPClub.com. Can RSVP there. So I guess I'll do it for us tonight, guys. No news in Lansing this week except that Whitmer signed a few bills, but there was no new legislative activity this week. So maybe next week we'll have something to talk about there. So Jennifer says there were some beautiful hotels in Gaza that I saw pictures and videos of on Twitter a few years ago. Those are all gone now. What's there to keep any new construction being blown up in the future again? Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So apparently, I saw somewhere they're saying that Hamas is like rearming, and Israel's asking Trump to help out with that too. So,
to arm them?
Huh?
He's wants them to help arm him or
into Gaza. He wants us to send U.S. troops, boots on the ground, into Gaza. So, great. I'm sure this neocon stuff will end very differently for Trump. You know, he's not the same as everyone that came before him. He's so much smarter, and he has so much smarter people around him. I don't think that's true, actually. I'm frankly amazed at some of the messaging that the White House puts out. It's almost shocking. Like, they really think that the American people love everything they're doing. I don't think they are. Well, I guess we'll see soon. Polls, it takes 2 weeks for like major news events to start showing up in polls.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see by the end of this month how this new neocons on crack thing works out for Trump, I guess. So until then,
I don't know.
Thanks for joining us, Patty.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. I guess I'm not, well, you kind of got to laugh at all of this, but you know.
I know I shouldn't. I shake my head a lot of the times. I'm like, what happened now? What?
Yeah.
But
we'll see how this all goes. But you know, with Trump just openly saying like international law doesn't apply to me, which by the way, folks, like, look, I understand. I don't want to live under the UN Charter. Here's the thing. We wrote the international law. You know, there's a process which is to get out of the laws that we passed. And if you're not going to do that, like, you can't wield international law like a club against every other country for decades and then just say it doesn't apply to me. But I think, you know, usually there's a certain couth that you have to have when you're the world's hegemon and bossing them all around. And when you just drop all that pretense and just say, yeah, we're going to attack whoever we want, we are going to conquer whoever we want, we will snatch and grab whoever we want, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. I think that is pride coming before a very, very big fall, and I fear for what it will do to our country when that comes too. So.
Yeah. Well, we just gotta. I mean, I know shit rolls downhill or whatever, but we have to focus on our state. We have a state to win, and we have to win as much as we can.
I agree. Cheers to that. All right, guys, that will do it for us for tonight. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, thanks for all you guys do for liberty in good times and bad. So, peace.